So my name is David Tate, and I'm a school nurse at a local school district here in Bakersfield. I think I have the best job in the world. It's a really cool job where I get to take healthcare, so that nursing kind of background, and in the educational setting where students are obviously children. So my district, we have anything from preschool all the way to 8th grade. And my job is to kind of like bridge those two worlds, if you will. So the children are attending school. My job is to keep them healthy and safe, right? So if we have students that have peanut allergies or asthma or things like that, is to make sure that they have their medication, make sure staff are trained on how to keep them safe in the school setting. Students are immunized, you know what I mean, for vaccine preventable illnesses and things like that. So like a lot of that public health kind of stuff in that school environment, I'm in charge of. So, and I do a lot of staff training, staff development for staff, treating patients, right? So my patients just happen to be children because they're in the school setting. I wasn't always obviously a school nurse. So prior to me being in the nursing program here at Cal State Bakersfield, I actually was a biology major and working on my biology degree. My son was about 7 months old and started, he was sick, he was running fevers and stuff. We took him to the doctor. Long story short, he ended up being diagnosed with leukemia. That diagnosis obviously kind of impacted our entire family. We had to live down at UCLA for the better part of a year while he went through chemotherapy and treatment. And I will tell you, the professors at Cal State Bakersfield were phenomenal because I was able to stay enrolled in my studies in the biology department with the support from those professors. I stayed enrolled the whole time he was in treatment. And then I had that kind of epiphany moment, if you will, that you see on TV and in movies and stuff, right? Where you're like life-changing moments where we then got to go to a camp for children with cancer. And we got to experience that kind of like camaraderie of the other families and support and everything outside of the clinical setting. And I was like, this is amazing. Super supportive for my family when we were going through my son's journey. And I volunteered the following camp session over there at camp, ran into a retired hematology oncology nurse from UCLA, which just so happens to be where my son was treated. And she was the one that told me, this is a career path that you should look into nursing. You should be a nurse, David. And it wasn't a career that I had ever really thought about. I'm a first generation college graduate in my family. I always loved biology, so that was kind of my trajectory at that point. And I will forever be grateful to her for opening up that other possibility. And then when I learned also that we have a nursing program here at Cal State Bakersfield, I felt like it was just kind of one of those things, like one of those signs. You're like, this is where I'm meant to be. So I went ahead and applied at the program here, was lucky enough to get in, and started studies that very next, switched majors from biology. Kind of. I stayed, kept the minor in biology because I had all the coursework, and then went ahead and switched my major to nursing here at Cal State Bakersfield. We're grateful my son is alive, and if people ask to give back, I think that would be one of the things that I would recommend other people if they're interested in nursing or any career. And while they're here at Cal State Bakersfield, my recommendations would be, one, get involved. There's a lot of different ways you can get involved here on campus and in your community. I think that's really important to not just have the college experience in some sort of a bubble, but Cal State Bakersfield's really special in our community. I feel like because of all those community ties and those community connections. And I've been giving back to Cal State Bakersfield since I graduated in 2015. And I've had students from the Cal State nursing program with me the whole time. When I was at the hospital, I had students with me and mentoring them, teaching them this is what we do. This is how you can make an impact in your community and improve the lives of others and their health. I have friends and colleagues that I work with that went to huge universities where you were just a number, you know what I mean? And you never even interact with your professor. You're interacting with a TA, you know what I mean? Nobody knows who you are. You're just kind of you know what I mean, in the mix. I had a polar opposite experience. I had people that cared about my success and me graduating, and I'm gonna try not to tear up and get emotional about it, but I am in the position I am today because of those people that helped shape me here at Cal State Bakersfield.